Okay, now in this video I'm going to show you how to empty a DI tank. So what will have happened is that your system will no longer be producing spot-free water, and you'll know that because you've used your TDS meter at the beginning of each day. And some people over time they can also get a second tank which is already full of resin, so we can talk about that as something which you can invest in later on. But in the meantime we have one tank, so we need to empty it, and you'll see that we have another film called Refilling Your DI Tank. So how to refill it is on a different video. So what we'll do, we'll open the system and undo the hoses that are going into the system. Yeah. And we're just going to preserve the O-rings so that they stay there. And then I'm going to stand up here, and we've got to just watch your back, because it's not too heavy, but it's heavy. And what we want to do is take the head out of the tank, and what's inside the tank is resin, and it's in water and it's quite gluggy. Yep, so we just want to take this out of here and we can tip it. We can just leave that there in the bucket. Now, when we tip the resin out, what we're going to do to get a clean swirl, we're going to go like this. So I'm just going to show you what we're going to do. Secondly, the resin that comes out is completely inert. So if you wanted to be able to just capture the resin without the water, then you'd tip this into a woven bag, like a hessian bag or an agricultural bag, whether it's woven, and the water will pass through, but it'll catch the resin beads. But it's also just as okay to get a wheelie bin or a rubbish bin and tip this into it. And it has no chemical qualities, so it's completely legal to dispose of it. Yeah. So here we go. This is the tank. Yep. I'll better put that on the corner. And what we'd do is we'd quickly, into the rubbish bin, we quickly tip it up, yeah, and twirl it like that. So you can see it's quite gluggy. And you can hear it getting the air bubble up into it and getting the resin out. And once it's 99% empty, it's empty enough. It doesn't matter if you leave a little bit in there. So now I can show you this. Here, you can see there that's empty. Now, if you wish, you can get a hose and just hose that out and swish it out, and so there's absolutely none left. But statistically, it's okay actually just to hose out the thread after you've refilled the tank, for the first fill. Okay? So, but you can hose out that little bit that's left in there. Now, just bring the camera over here and I'll show you the resins. So this is your chance to see them. Yeah? So there's a whole bucket of them here, and they're completely inert, and you can see them just tiny. It's really hard. They're glistening because they're tiny little beads, but it's very hard to see how small they are all. They're all like tiny little marbles. Yeah? Can you see that? So that's what resin looks like, and half of these were supercharged plus and half of them were supercharged minus. And the reason we've thrown them out is because either side or both sides have exhausted themselves. They've now got the calciums, the magnesium, the sulfides, the nitrates. They've got all those molecules attached to them, and the water passing through these resins is no longer able to deliver a spot-free finish. So then what we're going to do is refill the tank with new resin. Yeah? And with that new resin, the system will start immediately again producing spot-free water. Okay? So today you've learnt how to empty your DI resin tank.